Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another Wednesday video. As we know, I love to go into different parent groups on Facebook and just like kind of invade and have a little look at what the hell is going on in some of these spaces, because they say some absurd and problematic and concerning things in these Facebook groups. And there is a whole Reddit that is dedicated to absurd things that are said in mom groups on Facebook. And that is the place I want to be. I want to go through and look at all these mom groups and talk about some of the things that they're saying across the board. So that is what we are doing today. We are looking at some shit mom groups say. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, as well as my more long form videos, then please do not forget to hit subscribe. I am here every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And I would love to see you again. Over 50% of you are regular viewers, but are not subscribed. And so if you think that you may be one of them, please don't forget to hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any in the future. And also, while you're down there, leave a like and a comment. It really helps me out. I'm also trying to reach 500k subscribers by the end of the year, and I appreciate your help. Okay, let's get into the shit mum groups say. Someone talk me off the ledge. I live in a city where there has been confirmed measles in the local area. My child, 1 year old, goes to school with other children. I chose not to cupcake. I'm assuming that's code for vaccinate for some reason, based on the research I performed. Even though most days I feel confident in my decision, there are moments like this one where I am filled with fear of the actual virus and disease. MMR is a vaccination that I was very strongly against. I would like to hear from moms who made the same decision and how I can find comfort that choice during moments of outbreaks like this. I hope you don't find comfort in that choice. I love being like, I made the decision to not vaccinate my child, but now they might get sick. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't vaccinate your kid. Why didn't you vaccinate your kid? I felt strong in this decision when you thought it wasn't a threat, because MMR, like, those were not viruses that were happening anymore because everyone was vaccinated. Then suddenly people were like, vaccines are stupid. There's no point because the viruses aren't there anymore. Why do you think they went away? Why do you think people stopped getting sick? It's not because suddenly it wasn't dangerous. It's because everyone was vaccinated. You haven't had it because you and everyone around you were vaccinated. Now all of a sudden people are like, I don't want to vaccinate my kids. Natural medicine. And suddenly people are getting them again. The solution, vaccinate your kids. If you're afraid for their health, vaccinate them. I promise it's so much better than getting measles, mumps, or rubella. Like, it's preventable. You don't want them to get sick. Your kid is 1 year old. You do not want them to get sick. Vaccinate them. Kind of freaking out here. I'm 38 weeks and felt my pH levels were slightly off, so I did a garlic suppository last night. I figured it came out one of the times I had to pee, because that's what has always happened when I've done it in the past. But now that I've been awake for a little and I still have been tasting garlic in my mouth and I feel like it might not have come out. I also had sex this morning, so if it didn't come out, it definitely got lodged in my cervix even more. Thoughts? My thoughts are, I have so many questions. One being, how do you feel your pH balance is off? And another being, why do you think putting garlic in your vagina is going to help that? How did your brain go, you know what'll help my pH levels? Putting garlic in there. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm also slightly confused by the fact, what do you mean you can taste garlic in your mouth? Is that a thing? What do you mean? You put something in your vagina and you taste it in your mouth? Is that a thing? Do I need to research this? That sounds fake, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. If someone wants to explain to me biology, that'd be great. Opened up a bit. So potentially during sex, the garlic was pushed through her cervix into the uterus. She's gonna give birth to a garlic clove. Oh my god. Pre-seasoned baby. I don't understand anything about what just took place. Don't put things in your vagina. I don't think I should have to say it, really. But, you know, here we are. I'm concerned about my 5-year-old daughter's weight. She's very tall for her age and she is overweight. I've already discussed this with the pediatrician. We are an active family. We eat well. I don't know where it came from. She used to be so petite and it was like it happened overnight. She's currently in a tumbling class, but honestly, it seems babyish for her age and I want something that's more. I hate to say it, but almost like an exercise class for kids. Something fun and upbeat that will get her moving her body. I've also got her swimming and we take her on walks to the CNC, but I'm thinking of pulling her out of this class for a more intense one. Suggestions for classes? I've also never mentioned anything to her regarding her weight. I just want her to understand moving your body is normal and important. And I love that this has 1 like and 30 comments. Deserved ratio, because what do you mean? Your kid's doctor says that it's fine. Says that her weight is completely fine. She is 5 years old. There is not a health issue. So you only care about aesthetics. You care about the aesthetic beauty of your 5-year-old child to the point where you're like bordering on putting her on a diet and an intense workout regime. A 5-year-old. You should not have kids. She used to be so petite. She also used to be a toddler. Kids are growing. They need extra weight so they can grow. And also the way your child, like your 5-year-old child looks is so unbelievably unimportant. It's terrifying how much you care about it. The weight of your 5-year-old does not matter at all until it's impacting their health. And it isn't. So shut the fuck up and let your kid live her life. I don't know what this comment is on, but here it is. We had intimacy while baby was latched to my breast. How do you think families compartmentalize in 1-bedroom homes? In my country, this is how many people live with a big family. Edit. Sounds like a lot of Americans triggered. In Asia, lots of families live in single-room homes. How do you think babies are made? Stay mad. I breastfeed my kiddo and was able to have intimacy as well. Stop being creepy, Americans. I don't think this is an American thing. I don't think they're the ones being creepy. I personally think that it's a bit fucked up to be having sex while holding a baby. How do you think babies are made? Going somewhere else. A hotel. Having someone looking after your kids. Being in a room, any room, that your children are not in. Especially when you're breastfeeding. I don't think it's creepy to say that you shouldn't be doing that. I think that any person who is not involved in the sexual act should not be around when it is taking place, especially children. I also don't understand how you can be turned on in any capacity while you're holding a baby. That's something you need to think about. It's normal where I'm from. I don't think it should be though. If that is the case, I don't think it should be. Just because it's normal doesn't make it okay. I had an epiphany when I sat down and thought about what's to come after leaving my 8-year boyfriend. How do I even date again? What if someone has had the COVID shot and regrets it and isn't honest now? What if someone had it and we sleep together, but I didn't know they had it? I'm spazzing out over this. Will someone have the COVID shot and us being intimate will eventually affect me? And some of these people were against them, but had to for medical treatments or to see family or friends in hospitals, keep jobs, etc. I don't want to seem judgmental, but want me and my future body safe. I'm sorry. You're afraid of catching the COVID vaccine through sex. I think that might be your downfall of finding a partner, is that you're fucking stupid. What do you mean? How does that even make sense? You're worried about catching a vaccine through sex years after the vaccine has happened? You can't catch a vaccine or be affected by a vaccine even shortly, like the day it happened, let alone years after it happened. How did your brain, who's telling you this? And then these people are like, you're being brainwashed by Big Pharma. You're being brainwashed by someone. I don't know who, but like someone's gotten into your brain real good, because that's not how anything works. Sunglasses are bad for everyone. Why? I haven't heard this before. It tricks the eyes into thinking it's darker than it is, and the skin stops producing sun protection. Hence, it's easier to burn and get diseases. I don't think that's true. This was on someone saying they were going to get sunglasses for their small child because it's bright outside and it's hurting their eyes. But if you wear sunglasses, you get sunburn. No, actually wearing sunglasses means your eyes don't get sunburnt. It protects your eyes from sun damage because your eyes get sun damage. Are you okay? Who's telling you this? How, like, I feel like these people just sit here and they decide they don't like something, so they try to come up for a reason with it in their brains, even though they have absolutely no idea. And they're like, yeah, that seems plausible, I'm gonna run with it. Has anyone experienced a child, 5, having pale stools on and off? She does have a high raw milk diet, but stools are light, almost cream, and float. And someone commented, you know, raw milk is full of bacteria. Some of the harmful bacteria in raw milk are Campylobacter, Salmonella, Escherichia coli, tuberculosis, brucella. These germs can cause serious health problems for anyone who is infected, but especially children under the age of 5. Great comment. Really should be pointed out. Raw milk, not safe, especially for children. But someone else commented, my kid also drinks a lot of raw milk and they've never had this problem, so I definitely wouldn't think it's the raw milk. Maybe worth getting it checked to be safe as stated above. Could indicate liver or gallbladder issues. And she said she drinks about 1 to 1.25 liters per day. Her 5-year-old child is drinking over 1 liter of raw milk every single day. So, like, okay, maybe raw milk isn't even the problem. It's just milk in general. Raw milk makes it worse because you're increasing the chances of getting all of those diseases, as I stated before. But a liter of milk for anyone, that is so bad for you, especially when you're 5. Do 5-year-olds even drink a liter of water a day? I wouldn't imagine so. Like, that's a lot of liquid to be consuming, especially when it's milk, which already not that good for you. And raw, like, that's not. And you're curious about what the issue is. Does your kid eat anything else? Is this high raw milk diet literally just the only thing she consumes is raw milk? Because I figured out your problem. She's not getting any nutrients and is living off of milk. Her poo is the same color as milk. And you're like, is it the milk that she's drinking and the fact she's only drinking milk? Probably. You should definitely get that checked out and stop feeding her raw milk. Definitely not to the volume that you do. What is wrong with you? How are you even here questioning this? How are these people so stupid? Do you think that my daughter's health issues might be connected to the fact that I give her 1.5 liters of raw milk every day? Yes, I do. How have you been doing this for so long? What made you think that was a good idea? What? Donor milk needed. I am only able to make 3 ounces a day, which isn't even enough for 1 bottle for my son. We are giving him expired breast milk right now because that's all we have available. We have 2 really important requirements for milk. We are looking for someone who is vaccine-free in the last 5 years. Absolutely no COVID vaccine or recent flu shot. We are only looking for someone who doesn't take OTC medication or medication in general. I know those are some big asks, but I've never been vaccinated and neither has my son, so we really don't want any reactions or scary situations to occur for us. We are looking for any amount of breast milk. We can pay little amounts, but we aren't super blessed on funds right now. We can also trade goods and services too. We are located in, but are willing to drive. I am not looking for expired breast milk or vaccine comments. Please only comment if you have milk available. Once again, as far as I'm aware, I don't think you can transfer vaccine from body to body. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, and that seems just like way too much of an overreaction to vaccines. Also, you know, you and your kid should be vaccinated, but that's neither here nor there. I know you weren't looking for comments about expired breast milk, but I'm not commenting on your post, so I can say what I want. You were giving your kid expired breast milk instead of formula? Like, you care that much about your kid needing breast milk and being anti-formula that you've been giving them expired breast milk, which is not safe. She's just not safe. You are endangering your child because you are anti-formula. I do not understand this. Go get some fucking formula and stop putting your kid at risk because you sit on some weird moral high ground that is based on nothing. Like, I'm sorry that breastfeeding isn't working for you. That sucks. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. And it's terrible, and I'm sorry that that's not happening for you. However, don't take that out on your kid. Hi, it's as the title says. My DD2 is 7 months old, and all she does is whinge and complain. I don't know what DD2 2 means. I think it just means second daughter, but I don't know what the other D stands for, but daughter 2. She used to be really smiley, but all she does is cry and complain. I am at my wit's end. She moans from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed. I do all I can to avoid her, really. My husband has been home for the last 2 weeks, so I have been leaving her with him. He's far more patient than I am. I just can't get on board with her. I don't like her. She's just not cuddly or welcoming. My first daughter was, and still is, an affectionate girl. As a baby, we adored each other, and she is the total opposite of her sister. Yesterday, the baby pulled her sister's hair. My first daughter was so upset she ran into her room and cried. I told off the baby and said she isn't to pull hair. She just laughed. My husband said I was being stupid as the baby has no idea what she is doing, but I just had the sense that she is spiteful. She has tantrums already. She goes red in the face and gets really, I don't know what could be censored, bitchy, maybe? For no reason other than she can't do what she wants. I spoke to my GP about second daughter, and he said I wasn't depressed, just adjusting. Being a busy mum with 2 kids and a job is hard work, and the baby isn't helping. He said some babies are just miserable. I have treated her for boredom, teething, tiredness. It's the same day in and day out. My first daughter starts nursery tomorrow, and I'm dreading her leaving the house for a few hours and me being left alone with the baby. That is a literal baby. That baby is 7 months old, and you're like, she is being manipulative. She's being bitchy. She pulled her sister's hair and laughed about it. She is a baby. Your husband is right. She has no idea what's going on. She's not manipulating you. She's literally a baby. I need you to use some common sense for 3 seconds and understand that is a baby, like a literal baby who has no real concept of the workings of the world. She can't communicate. She doesn't understand you. She is just existing and doing things with her hands and feeling emotions that she doesn't know what they are and just kind of being a baby, All babies are different. And maybe, she would get along better with you if you allowed yourself to be in her life and form a connection with her instead of just ignoring her all the time and passing her to your husband. But, maybe that's just me. I think that it's really not that difficult to not blame your baby for being terrible and a bad person when they're a baby, and think that maybe you are the problem in the sense that you should understand that having a baby means, they're difficult. And it's going to be work, and they're not all the same. And to everyone else, please get vaccinated. Please vaccinate your children. Oh my God. The most annoying thing about this Reddit is that they censor the names of all the mum groups. It's so upsetting because I have my burner account and I want more mum groups to go into. I want to go infiltrate more mum groups and make videos specific to mum groups. So if you have any suggestions of mum groups to go infiltrate on Facebook, please comment them below. They don't have to be mum groups, any Facebook groups. Parent groups are the best though. So please comment down below any Facebook groups for me to go infiltrate because I have so much fun doing that. They're some of my favorite videos to make and I don't get to do them very often. So please do that. And while you're down there, if you liked this video, please do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe. A huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons: Bobby, Ellie, Chris, Samuel, Knitting Menace, Radsack, Mr. Noodle, Lady Nutbar, Ella, Queen Glimmer, River, Phenomaly, Jesse, Phil the Duck, Uh-Oh, It's Craiglow, Blaze, Blue Kitsune 24, MA Ping the Games, Joy, L James D, Prismatic, and Beckett. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. If anyone else would like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/savvycat. Click the top link in the description. For as little as £1 a month, you get my videos up to 5 days early and ad-free for those days. And then for £3 and up, you get things such as outtakes, bonus mini podcasts, live streams, vlogs, and more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah.